It's a new day and it's a new afternoon to start a fresh and timely topic. Everyone, welcome to the STS Show. Today we will be having not just one, but two special guests who will represent different communities and would also share how each of their communities manage their waste. Let us know and listen to their different opinions and ideas. I am Jana Altea Kunanan, your host, and this is the STS Show. Now, let us welcome our guest, Mr. Carl Carrascal from Santa Cruz, Miss Sarah Schneider from Don Bosco, Parañaque, and we have Miss Alexis Severino from Batangas. Thank you for being here today, guys. It's an honor to have you here in our show. Now, for the first question, could you all describe the current waste management system in your area? Starting with you, Mr. Carl.
Hello everyone. My name is Carl, and here in Santa Cruz, our waste is being collected daily. Every barangay is required to have a segregation bins scattered everywhere. Former Mayor Isko Moreno tasked the LGU to dispose their waste properly, as he reiterated that the waste coming from the east and west is continually being dumped into his hometown, which is Tondo. Street sweepers are scattered all over the streets to clean the streets from obstruction that might affect the traffic. Uh, these street sweepers consist of volunteers, while some are on community service, while it mostly consists of hired workers. Uh, Here in our place, incineration of waste is punishable, especially plastic, as it can harm the environment. Uh, Even though there are waste management policies being implemented here in Santa Cruz, we still can't escape the problems of having too much waste. In our street, it constantly floods whenever there's a downpour of rain. Even the slightest of rain can flood our street due to having too many trash clogging our drain canal. Manila often comes here to fix their drain. Um, Whenever I see the drain open, I can see that there's a lot of trash inside the drain. This is the reason why I don't drink tap water. Even though my Nilad filters it out, it's still dirty in a sense that it's not in a sense that it's murky and spews out waste, but in a sense it's dirty in a sense that it still has harmful bacteria that can cause serious diseases when ingested. And that's all for me.
That was really informative. Thank you, Mr. Carl. Now let's move on to Miss Sarah.
Good afternoon. So concerning the solid waste management in Parañaque, we as a community, we have to do our part with the segregation and separation of our household waste. The city officials have implemented the no segregation, no collection policy and wish to further uphold this concept to better our environment. Biodegradable waste and recyclable materials is the method of disposal that has been part of the Parañaque City Action Plan for quite some time now. And this is for the purpose of making sure that this form of waste does not go beyond the barangays. 35% of the city's waste is actually compostable. Most of the solid waste generated and collected within the city is transported to the Rizal Provincial Sanitary Landfill. The operations that occur surrounding the methods of disposal in my specific area include street sweeping and regular garbage pickups or collections, which actually take place quite early in the morning already. The homeowners are also instructed to observe segregation and safety measures and show cautiousness when they place out the waste that they want collected. Roads and sidewalks are also in consideration for maintenance in our area. The cleanliness of these areas are due to the hard work of the street sweepers that try to uphold this level of sanitation to the environment that we live in.
Wow, that was really interesting, Miss Sarah. Now we let us move on to Miss Alexi Severino.
Hi everyone, I'm Alexi. So, in the solid waste management of Batangas, the resources they have are very suitable for the kind of solid waste management that they do. They have their own composting facility, unlike other cities in the Philippines. They found a way to collect even organic waste and put them into a composting facility. It can be converted into organic fertilizer for future use by farmers. The local government also created conscious programs to ensure that everyone is educated about proper waste disposal, from children up to adults. There are a variety of ways that communities manage their waste by following the 3 Rs: reduce, reuse, and recycle. They are showing that waste can be effectively managed without incineration or landfill.
Thank you so much, Miss Alexi. Now for our next question. As the world of science, technology, and society progresses, are there any solutions in your areas that allows the image of a brighter future to foster? Starting with you again, Sir Carl.
Actually, there are few existing composting facilities here in Metro Manila, where biodegradable waste are brought in by the residents or hired eco aids. Most of these are mechanized facilities installed in community-based material recovery facilities, also known as MRFs, using an electrically operated drum and microbial inoculants to hasten a composting process suitable to the urban conditions in Metro Manila. The rest used a non-mechanized technology, either the manual rotating drum that also uses inoculants or those that rely on the natural process of decomposition, using a variety of inexpensive technology such as the compost pit, withrow, bottomless drum, and so on. With the exception of the MRF facility at the Smoky Mountain in Tondo, which uses a 1-ton capacity and continuous type of composting drum. All the other reported mechanized facilities are using a batch type, mostly 2-ton capacity drum. The first type is otherwise called the bioreactor. The second, composter, as already mentioned. Despite all of these, there are a lot of efforts of properly disposing waste. In the city, there is a group of people who sells bags and accessories made from recycled materials. Since the city segregates its trash, they can easily procure the materials they need. Hopefully, in the near future, they can devise a more efficient and clean way of disposing waste properly.
Wow, that was really interesting. Thank you, Mr. Carl. Now let's move on to Miss Sarah.
In a recent plan for Parañaque, there were a few source reduction programs that were in consideration, such as minimizing the collection and disposal of kitchen waste from residential households, since it is one of the most prominent pickup spots for waste generally and specifically seen in recent reports. Even in schools, there is the ongoing attempt of educating younger generations to integrate garbage segregation into their lives so that we can ease the solid waste that is transported to landfills or burned to eliminate debris for future occurrences, or just simply to see the change foster for a brighter future, as you mentioned. So the solution is awareness within communities and awareness within households. So composting as well. We want to try to reduce 80% of the waste in barangays. So we also have projects such as eco bricks, which are essentially plastic bottles that are filled with non-biodegradable waste to create reusable building blocks that can be used for different projects. What this is an opportunity to combine solutions with the interaction from people. And in 2018 specifically, we saw this project elevate and we saw the connection between society and environmental solutions.
That was really very informative. Thank you, Miss Sarah. Now let's move on to Miss Alexi Severino.
The recycling process involves taking materials that have been used or discarded and using them again to create new products. This reduces the amount of waste that ends up in landfills or is burned. Also, the community has an army of volunteers who collect trash every morning at sunrise. They even have trash trucks designed to help them with their work. On top of that, Batangas has managed to solve their waste eradication problem by using the zero waste strategy to better the environment. Creating the mechanisms of how zero waste is achieved in Batangas follows what is referred to as the 5 Rs: reduce, reuse, recycle, recover, and refuse. For example, people reuse plastic bottles other than drinking from them. Reusing old plastics bags for garbage bag is another way of recycling plastic. This is an efficient way where humans can reduce pollution and at the same time utilize it as a solution to their increasing waste problem.
Thank you for sharing those, Miss Alexi. I'm sure our audiences have learned a lot today. Indeed, those were some interesting interviews. Thank you so much to all our guests and to everyone who tuned in. And like what they said, let's all do our part in properly disposing our waste, find better and sustainable ways to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Again, I am Jana Althea Kunanan, and this is the STS Show.